Let me ask you this. How many of you talk to yourself? Some of you raised your hand. A lot of you didn't. Those who didn't were sitting there thinking, no, I don't think so. Could be a trick. 60,000 thoughts a day. Isn't that interesting? And 75% of those thoughts are negative. But you're the most easily conditioned animal form of life on earth, and I'll prove it. Plop, plop. I can't believe I ate 2 all beef patties. That's really sad when you really consider, right? Did you say to yourself back in 1978 when that came out, right? I need to memorize this if I'm really going to make it in the alcohol and beverage market. They got you though, didn't they? And do you remember the ads came out on the radio, and the prize was if you could recite it if you were the night's caller and you could recite it, right? You'd win what? A Big Mac. That's genius. And they're still doing it because now they're saying what? I'm loving it. Have you had it lately? It's nasty. Have you ever had the French fries after they got cold? I wouldn't eat them. Those aren't potatoes. We don't know what they are. And the milkshake, when it melts and it's not frozen anymore, I don't think that's milk. I don't know. Am I wrong or? But it's genius, isn't it? I'm loving it. It's perfect, and I'll come back to that perfection, because repetition, repetition, repetition. Most of us learn math at the kitchen table, right? 2 times 2 is 5 times 5 is 6 times 6. Isn't that amazing? 12 times 12. 13 times 13. Nobody knows. Why? The cards don't go up that high. It's a table. It's a multiplication table. But you are the most easily conditioned animal form of life on earth, and I'll prove it. We're going to say the word pots 5 times out loud. There's safety in numbers. If you've heard this before, I ask you to keep it to yourself. You ready? Here we go. Pots, 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 pots. Okay, that was pretty lame. Let's try it again with passion and volume. Here we go. Pots, 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 pots. What do you do when you come to a green light? What do you do when you come to a green light? That answers the question why traffic's so bad in Seattle. Now here's what's crazy, okay? We're going to do it again, a different example. You know it's coming, and you're still going to step in the mud puddle. Okay? Here we go. We're going to say the word white 5 times out loud. Here we go. White, 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 white. One more time with passion and volume. Here we go. White, 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 white. What do cows drink? I don't want to judge. It's not my place. I'm only here to understand. But if I'm hearing you correctly, one cow is walking by utterly full, and the thirsty cow is going, hold on a second. Is that what you're telling me with your behavior? What do cows drink? Water. Thank you. Why is that? Who drinks? What creature is cow's milk designed for? Baby cows, right? But the ad got milk, right? Genius. Brilliant. You know how that ad came to be? Largest federally funded advertising campaign underwritten by the U.S. government to help the farmers. Got milk. But you think about how many of you don't drink milk because you know it's bad for you? Yeah. Your mother's milk was the only milk that was good for you. The rest of that stuff, lactose intolerant. Yeah, we all are. So anyway, I don't want to judge. So here we go. Let's get to it. Words trigger pictures and bring about emotion. The words you use matter. Ask me how I'm doing. What's your first name? Rebecca. Ask me how I'm doing. Go ahead. Oh, I'm on a roll. Everything's working in my world. Now, what's wrong with that picture, Rebecca? It's what? It's contradicting. It doesn't match. It's not congruent, is it? Ask me again. Go ahead. Lousy. Just terrible. Severely depressed. What's wrong with that picture? It doesn't match. One more time, just for good measure. If I was doing it better, I'd be twins. Giddy up. Oh, yeah. Now, of those three people, who would you rather be around? Yeah, the third guy, right? Kramer, right. And the reason is, it's congruent, right? This is one of my favorite quotes. I put this in my new book. The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude's more important than the past, than education, than money, than circumstances, than failures, than successes, than what other people think, say, or do. It's more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. It'll make or break a church, a company, a home. The remarkable thing is we have a choice every single day regarding the attitude we'll embrace for the day. We cannot change the past. We cannot change the fact that people will act in a certain way. The only thing we can do is play on the string we have, and that's our attitude. I'm convinced life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I respond to it.